Hello everyone, welcome all to Physics with Astronautics. So in this video we will discuss about 2023 Physics JAM paper. So let's begin. And here is our question. For a cubic unit cell, the dashes arrow in each of the following figure represents the direction 220. So here you can see the figures and we are given the mirror index as h 220. So from here we can get that the intercept will be 1 by 2, 1 by 2 and 1 by 0, that is half, half and uh, infinity for z axis. So by noticing all these figures we can get that option C matches the condition. So here the right answer is option C. Then which of the following field has non-zero curl? And here are the options. So the condition for the non-zero curl is del cross A shouldn't be 0. So when we'll check all these options, we can get that the option D, which is del cross xy I cap plus 2yz j cap plus 3xz k cap will be equal to minus 2y I cap minus 3z j cap minus x k cap, which is not equal to 0. So option D is the correct answer, that is the non-zero curl. Then, which of the following statements about the viscosity of a dilute ideal gas is correct? And the options are: it is independent of pressure at fixed temperature, it increases with increasing pressure at fixed temperature, it is independent of temperature, and the option D says it decreases with increasing temperature. So here the correct answer is it is independent of pressure at fixed temperature. Then the plot of the function f of x is equal to that is mod of x minus 1 each. So from all these figures we can find that which is the correct figure for the function given in the question. So let's check. If we put x equal to 0 here, so f of x will be come out to be uh, plus 1, because here the mod of minus 1 will be equal to plus 1. Then if we put x equal to minus 1, then f of x would be 0. So by comparing all these figures we can get that option B is the correct answer here. A system has n spins where each spin is capable of existing in 4 possible states. The difference in entropy of disordered states where all possible spin configurations are equally probable and ordered state is. So basically we have to find out the difference of the entropy of disordered state and ordered state here. And here the options are 2 into n minus 1 kb ln 2, n minus 1 kb ln 2, option C is 4 kb ln n, and option D is n kb ln 2. So let's see. So in the question it has been given that the total number of possible states is 4. For disordered states, that is number of microstate will be equal to omega, that is equal to 4 to the power n. And the entropy for disordered states, that is particle may exist in any of the state. We know the formula is k ln omega, so by putting the value of omega here we can find it as k ln 4 to the power n. So we can write this 4 to the power n as 2 to the power 2 into n. So by getting this 2n into the front we can get it as 2nk ln 2. Then for ordered state, number of microstate will be omega equal to 4. So here the entropy will be equal to k ln omega, that is here omega is 4 and is equal to 2k ln 2, and here the particle exists in a particular state. The difference in entropy of disordered states and ordered state will be that has been asking in the question, that is 2nk ln 2 minus 2k ln 2, that is equal to 2 into n minus 1 k ln 2. So here option A, that was 2 n minus 1 kb ln 2, is the correct answer. So here Kb is the Boltzmann constant. Then temperature T depends on the total specific heat Cv for a two-dimensional metallic solid at low temperature H. So for 2D case, we know that the specific heat C is equal to alpha T plus beta T squared. So by here we can get it that C by T will be equal to alpha plus beta T. So here the option which matches is option A, that is the graph between Cp by T and T will look like this. Then for the following circuit, choose the correct waveform corresponding to the output signal V out given V in is equal to 5 sine 200 pi t. Forward bias voltage of the diode, that is D and Z, is equal to 0.7 volt and reverse channel voltage is equal to 3 volt. So here is the diagram in the question, and we have to find out the graph of V output versus the time. So when V in will up to the 3 volt, then Vz will be act like a reverse biased, and here the V output will be equal to the V in. And when V in is equal to 3 volt, the V out will also be 3 volt. And when we see that when V in is less than minus 0.7, the V output will also be equal to minus 0.7. So by checking all these conditions, the perfect graph matches this will be equal to the option A. So here option A is the correct answer. Then in the ground state energy of a particle in an infinite potential well of width L1 is equal to the energy of the second excited state in another infinite potential well of width L2. Then the ratio L1 by L2 is equal to, options are 1, 1 by 3, 1 by root 3 and 1 by 9. So here it has been asking in the infinite potential well. So we know that the energy for potential well is equal to n square pi square h cot square by 2m L square, and here n denotes the number of states, I mean in which state it belongs to, and here L is the length. So for case 1 we can say that E1 will be equal to, because it is in the ground state, so this will be pi square h cot square by 2m L square. And for case 2, that is E2, it is in the second excited state, that is in the third state. So here n will be 3 and E2 will be equal to 9 pi square h cot square by 2m L2 square. So according to the question, it has been asking that what will be the value of L1 by L2 here. Again, it has been saying that the energy are same. So the energy of the ground state in the potential well of width L1 is equal to the energy of the second excited state in another infinite potential well of width L2, that is E1 is equal to E2. So by comparing this equation, we can find that here L1 by L2 will come out to be 1 by 3. So here the correct option is option B, that is 1 by 3. Then in the given circuit with an ideal op-amp, for what value of R1 by R2, the output of the amplifier V out is equal to V2 by V1. So basically it has been given that the V out is equal to V2 by V1, and we have to find out the value of R1 by R2 here. And here is our diagram. And the options are 1, 1 by 2, 2 and 3 by 2. So here in the diagram we can see that the voltage at X point will be equal to V2 R2 by R1 plus R2. And again we know that the voltage at Y will be equal to the voltage at X. So here Vy will be equal to Vx, that is equal to V2 R2 by R1 plus R2. And the current will be equal throughout the circuit, that is from V1 to V output. So from here we can get that V output by V output minus Vy whole divided by R is equal to Vy minus V1 whole divided by R. And again it has been given in the question that V output is equal to V2 minus V1. So by putting all this value here, we can find that V2 will be equal to 2 into V2 R2 by R1 plus R2, and from here R1 plus R2 will be equal to 2R2. So basically we have to find out the value of R1 by R2. So dividing R2 in the whole equation, that is R1 by R2 plus R2 by R2 will be equal to 1 and is equal to 2. R2 by R2 will be equal to 2. So here R1 by R2 will be equal to 2 minus 1, that is 1. So our final answer will be 1. Then a projectile of mass m is moving in the vertical xy plane with the origin on the ground and y-axis pointing vertically off. Taking the gravitational potential energy to be 0 on the ground, the total energy of the particle retained in planar polar coordinate r theta h. And here g is the acceleration due to gravity. So we know that in polar coordinate x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. And again we do know that the velocity in polar coordinate will be equal to r dot square plus r square theta dot square. Then here the total energy will be equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy, and kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So here it would be half m into x dot square plus y dot square, and plus because the vertical axis is y, so the potential energy will be equal to mgh, that is mgy. So by putting all the values here, we can get it as half m into the velocity is equal to r dot square plus r square theta dot square plus mg, and the y value is equal to r sin theta. So the answer matched is option C, that is m by 2 r dot square plus r square theta dot square plus mgr sin theta, and this is the total energy. So I hope you all enjoyed the session. So for more videos, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.